She had it all, or so it seemed. The kind of life everyone envied, every picture carefully curated, every smile perfectly filtered. But behind the glamour, the whispers, and the likes, there was a secret no one could see, a choice that would change everything. Chioma sat by the dusty window of her mother's small provision shop in Enugu. The street was alive, hawkers shouting, car horns blaring, the smell of roasted corn in the air. But Chioma's eyes were glued to her phone. On Instagram, campus girls were showing off. They wore long wigs, iPhones in their hands, nails shining bright, sitting in expensive restaurants. Their captions read, "Soft life or nothing." Chioma looked down at her faded slippers and the second-hand bag she carried to school. A sharp pain filled her chest. "Why did God create me like this?" she whispered. "Chioma, please give Mom Nkechi her change," her mother's tired voice called from behind the counter. She stood up slowly, handed over the money, but her mind was far away. She wanted more from life, she wanted to be like the girls on her screen. University life was a different world. Every lecture hall looked like a fashion runway. Girls walked in with wigs from Lagos salons, perfumes that filled the room, and phones that sparkled under the light. Boys turned to look at them and whispered, "Look at that girl, a true slay queen." One afternoon, Chioma walked into class wearing her old jeans and a simple blouse. A group of girls giggled. "She's always wearing second-hand clothes. That's why she never posts full pictures online," one mocked. The words pierced her like a knife. Chioma forced a smile, but shame burned her inside. That night, scrolling through Instagram, she vowed to change her life. "I must belong. Even if it costs me everything." Her chance came when her roommate, Amoka, invited her to a club. That night, Chioma met Mr. Felix, a wealthy man old enough to be her father. He wore a gold wristwatch and carried 2 phones. "You're too fine to waste," he told her. "Stay close to me and I'll take care of you." That same week, Chioma wore her first human hair wig. She posed by a hotel swimming pool, holding a glass of champagne. She posted the picture online. Likes flooded in. Comments followed. "Chioma, you don't blow. See fine babe." She smiled at her phone. For once, she felt important. Her mother noticed the changes. Chioma now came home late, wore expensive wigs, and carried new handbags every week. "Chioma, where are you getting these things?" Mama asked one evening. "Mama, you won't understand," Chioma replied sharply. "Nobody respects poor girls. If you don't package yourself, the world will ignore you." Tears gathered in Mama's eyes. She held her daughter's hand. "My child, don't sell your soul for packaging. The world will clap for you today and laugh at you tomorrow." Chioma pulled her hand away. "Mama, please leave me alone." Soon, Mr. Felix's gifts were not enough. Chioma wanted more wigs, more clothes, more flashy pictures. She borrowed clothes from friends and returned them stained. She lied to boys on campus, promising love just to collect money. At fast food restaurants, she would order one small meat pie, take pictures of the table, and post it as though she had eaten a full meal. Her classmates envied her new life, not knowing it was built on lies and secrets. One afternoon, in a big supermarket, Chioma slipped an expensive wig into her handbag. Her heart pounded, but she walked out unnoticed. That night, she laughed on her bed. "I'm too smart. Nobody will ever catch me." She wore the wig to campus the next day, snapping pictures at every corner. Comments poured in. "Slay queen goals. Chioma, you are shining." But each compliment pulled her deeper into a fake life she could no longer control. The more she tried to keep up, the more desperate she became. Chioma started taking loans from online apps just to buy an iPhone and pay for hotel photo shoots. She secretly sold her roommate's sneakers and lied when confronted. She even stole her cousin's gold earrings during a holiday visit, claiming she had not seen them. Her conscience was slowly dying. One Friday night, Mr. Felix took her to a hotel party. Music blasted, drinks flowed, lights flashed. Chioma posed for endless pictures, tagged the location, and pretended she was living her best life. But later that night, Felix got drunk and aggressive. When she refused his demands, he slapped her. "You think I'm Father Christmas? Everything I give you, you must pay me back." Shaking, Chioma ran out of the room with her makeup ruined. The next morning, she posted a smiling filtered picture. Nobody knew the pain she carried inside. At home, her mother noticed the sadness behind her fake smiles. One night, Mama knelt down crying. "God, please save my daughter. Blind her eyes to this fake life before it destroys her." But Chioma laughed bitterly. "Mama, people with money don't pray this much. They just enjoy life." Her mother broke down, weeping. "My child, what you are chasing will one day chase you." It happened on a hot Wednesday. Chioma entered the same supermarket where she once stole successfully. She spotted another expensive wig and slipped it into her bag. This time, a security guard stopped her. "Madam, please open your bag." Her legs shook. Within minutes, she was surrounded. "Thief! Wig thief!" people shouted. Students who recognized her filmed the scene. By evening, the video was all over social media. University slay queen caught stealing wig. On campus, classmates whispered and laughed. So this is how she was funding her lifestyle? After all her noise online, see her disgrace. Her lecturers frowned. Friends blocked her. Even those who once praised her now mocked her. When her mother arrived at the police station, she collapsed into tears, holding her daughter's swollen face. "Didn't I warn you, Chioma? Didn't I warn you?" Chioma broke down completely. For the first time, she saw the depth of her mother's love. Shame burned her more than the arrest. After weeks of suspension and disgrace, Chioma returned home. Her wigs were gone, her phone silent, her so-called friends nowhere to be found. One evening, she sat by the same window where it all began, watching little children playing happily in the street. Tears streamed down her face. Her mother sat beside her and whispered softly, "My daughter, true beauty is not in wigs, phones, or Instagram likes. It is in dignity, peace of mind, and self-respect. When you sell yourself for the world's applause, the same world will disgrace you." Chioma cried in her mother's arms. For the first time, she wished she could go back to the simple life she once despised. The world around Chioma moved on, but her heart remained trapped in the weight of regret. She was only 24, yet she felt as though life had already passed her by. Every night she lay on the thin mat in their one-room home, staring at the cracked ceiling. The voices from campus, lecturers, classmates, friends, echoed in her mind like distant ghosts of the life she once had. She remembered the girl she used to be, the bright student who dreamed of graduating with honors, getting a good job, and lifting her mother out of poverty. The girl who once loved reading novels in the corner of the provision shop, who believed her future was bigger than her struggles. That Chioma was gone. In her place stood a young woman with empty hands, broken dreams, and scars that no cream or filter could ever hide. Her mother would often glance at her with quiet sorrow. She never shouted anymore, never blamed her for the past. She simply sat by her side, peeling bananas for sale, humming old hymns with tears in her eyes. She knew her daughter had already learned the harshest lesson life could teach: once you throw away your future, life may not give you another chance. One evening, as Chioma arranged bananas into a basket, a group of young girls passed by. Their laughter rang in the air, full of careless joy. They wore long wigs, carried shiny iPhones, and wore perfumes that floated behind them like a trail. They reminded Chioma of herself just 2 years ago, chasing likes, comments, and the illusion of soft life. Her chest tightened. She wanted to stop them, to shake them, to tell them where that road ended. Instead, she whispered softly, her voice breaking. Don't let the fake life deceive you. What you are chasing may destroy you. The girls didn't hear her. They continued down the street, their heels clicking against the pavement, their laughter fading into the distance. But Chioma knew the truth, some of them would learn the hard way, just as she had. That night, she sat outside the stall with her mother. The moon hung above like a silent witness to her pain. She spoke for the first time in weeks. Mama, I used my own hands to destroy my life. I had everything, your love, your prayers, even my books, but I chose the wrong path. Her mother placed a trembling hand on hers. My daughter, you are still alive. As long as you breathe, God can still turn ashes into something new. But you must never go back to the path that burned you. Tears rolled down Chioma's cheeks. She knew her mother was right, but she also knew the scars of her past would follow her forever. Her story was no longer about beauty, wigs, or wealth. It was about survival, about the bitter truth that chasing shadows leaves you empty. And so, day after day, Chioma continued selling bananas in the hot Enugu sun. She became a quiet warning to every passerby that not all that glitters is gold, and not every smile on social media tells the truth. Her life had turned into a folktale of her own making, whispered by neighbors, retold by mothers to their daughters, shared by students late at night in their hostels. Do not let pride and social media blind you. Learn from Chioma, for beauty fades, lies destroy, and shortcuts will always cost you more than you can ever pay. Moral of the story: when you live only to impress others, you lose yourself. True worth is not in wigs, money, or Instagram likes, but in character, integrity, and peace of mind.